Hello, everyone, and welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live.
We told him he's loud now.
The
He's
super
quiet.
cool.
Not like that, Jason.
What? I'm just doing a more elegant voice.
Normal voice.
That's
This
elegant.
is totally my.
That's
This is
elegant.
totally my
Elegant.
Thor voice.
That is not your voice.
This is my voice. How dare you?
Are you making fun of me?
Are you making fun of me?
Do
I mean,
you
yeah.
bite your thumb at me, sir?
All right, enough of this crap. I can't do it out loud. Anyway, guys, welcome to an all-new episode. We are talking about dinosaurs, like not the ABC show, like just dinosaurs in general, and movies that some of us may or may not have seen early.
You did a review for it, so we already know who it is.
have some dissenting opinions. I hope everybody else will disagree or just agree with me because that's the easy way to go. Anyway, but I'm Jason the Expert. I don't do this show by myself. To my left, Mr. Bryce over here.
Hey, everybody.
Also, thanks to Bryce, he brought all of the classic plastic
The
dinosaurs.
actual dinosaurs.
I got an actual dinosaur right
That's
here.
That
not
is
an
a
actual
robot
dinosaur.
alien
This is not an
dinosaur.
actual
It's a
dinosaur.
It's even better. There you go. Robot alien dinosaur.
Then we got a human dinosaur with Patrick Stewart.
Hey.
What?
He's just immortal. He's not a dinosaur.
He is immortal.
He is a legend and a treasure.
Patrick Stewart?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
He has
Oh,
an
I
age.
agree.
He hasn't aged since
He's
Star Trek
just
Generation.
also
Star Trek
1,000 years
Generation.
old.
He was already 1,000 when he started. He just hasn't gotten older.
He is a
existed throughout
thespian.
time.
He's
He
a
is a-
thespian.
He would definitely agree with you.
And of course, over here, not wearing a Dallas Fuel shirt, and might not have a story about
love
Overwatch
that
this week.
shirt.
It's Cass.
It's tangentially connected to
It is
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Actually, both.
7
Well, it's
separations of
not.
Overwatch.
I was only interested in the story because of Overwatch, but it's not actually about it.
I started about this video game creator, and he has an FPS that Overwatch is an FPS, and there you go. There's
It's
the
not
connection.
that tangential. It's not like 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon tangential. It's like something might happen here
Well,
with Overwatch. Or maybe
okay, then.
not.
All right.
I love Overwatch. It's the
You
only
really do.
video game.
It is.
I would have never guessed.
Anyway.
It's this
No, you know what your
first-person
only video
shooter
game
that, like,
is.
in a moment. Oh. That's it.
So back to introductions. Over here, who probably has the best dino story of the night? It's Cat.
I'm so excited.
Cat.
It's not
I
Cat.
said
This
Cass.
is Cat.
I'm
You did
sorry.
not.
I did that on purpose.
Ugh. I have
No,
arguably
no.
arguably the best dinosaur movie.
Best and worst.
We will talk about it later. It's amazing.
That is not arguably the best because you can't make an argument for that being the best. Like,
See
there's
how.
not an argument there. I don't think the creators would.
And
No,
over on the
probably not.
board, she has taken a break from her Switch and Zelda Breath of the Wild to come over and do this show. Guys, it's Cora.
Hello, you better love me.
Nice headphones.
I love your ears.
Thank you. They're
Weird.
headphones, aren't they cute?
Shiny.
I can actually hear the board now.
Yeah, those other
Surprising.
headphones are crap. Anyway,
Her earbuds are not creepy.
Yeah, they're not. Did you say they're creepy?
I didn't say they were creepy.
Hey.
Maybe he was saying I was creepy for saying that I love your ears.
No, they said it was creepy too.
Hey, somebody's gonna watch on Twitch.
All right.
How about
I
that?
don't think it's creepy to say I love your ears.
I mean, for certain people.
I mean, outside of a certain situation, I think it's a little creepy.
You know
It's not
what?
my first body part. I look towards one. I'm sorry.
No,
You know what?
Took it to
Telling-
a whole weirder level.
Telling someone that they like their ears is 20 creepy than someone saying they like their feet.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Okay then. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you've ever read Choke, he gets like
I'm
really
gonna
into
agree
the
with her on
ears. As
So before this
Anyways.
just totally just goes into an area that we now have to up the rating on this show for, let's go to some super cool nerd news. So this week, well, we've been having this little thing about Disney wanting to buy the Fox properties. Fox is separating their movie and entertainment from Fox News. And it was appearing that the deal was going to go through. Disney ponied up the money. Fox had said they accept, but oh, here comes Comcast out of nowhere. Over $50 billion they say they have on hand cash, and they want to buy the Fox properties from underneath Disney. Well, Disney, I guess, finally noticed them and said, oh, 50 million? Hang on, let me check my sock here. What do I have? Oh, there's another $20 billion. upping the price to $71.3 billion for the Fox movie properties. And the main one that I'm concerned about is all the Marvel characters and people like that. Now, the deal is not done yet. Comcast can still come back with a counteroffer, and Disney can accept that. But on that, I would just like to say, Comcast, come here for a second. Come here. Stay in your damn lane. You don't want no part of this? Go home. Forget you ever had this deal. Don't screw this up. I need a Wolverine Captain America movie. Now, if you mess this up, and if I'm not watching a Wolverine Captain America movie, I might need to do something else and come by and see you. Walk away. Walk away. So I'm sure Fox will be accepting that deal, and we'll be getting all of our Marvel characters under one umbrella finally. Right, Comcast? Right? Right.
They're not listening to you.
Actually, what's scary, they probably are. Let's throttle their speed.
Yeah.
We know
I need
Microsoft
Net
is.
neutrality.
I need a Thing, Impossible Man, Howard the Duck movie. So let's get this done,
yeah.
Disney.
Why
Do you
people
think that would
care
be their-
about Howard the Duck?
What I'm trying to figure out is why? Go away.
That's
Which
what
part?
I said.
I'm talking about Comcast.
Oh, Comcast.
Why are they doing this?
Because they don't like you.
Go away. Just stop. Don't screw this up. Plus, y'all ain't got enough money. As somebody commented on our Facebook page, please, Comcast didn't have $51 billion in the first place. And I'm inclined to agree with it.
So just to be clear, you want Comcast to buy Fox.
Girl.
I just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah, they sound nice.
Well, yeah.
They're broke, but they
No.
have big aspirations.
No, they need to go. Let this happen. I need Marvel characters all under the same roof. Okay?
That would be nice.
They don't want no trouble out of me. You don't want. You're ruin this for me.
We want Spider-Man and his amazing friends to play together.
Okay, fine. I'll take that movie. Just
Yes.
please. Just we need to get the rights first. But like I said, this is not over. So
Can't we make Marvel movies without the rights? I mean, Terry Gilliam does.
Spitting fire in the desk.
I'm angry about that.
Shots
Should be.
fired. Shots fired. They are not coming back.
Not happy about it.
Air
the whole
That's
salt
fair.
shaker just like fell on the
Like
table.
seriously, that's fair. I'm salty about the whole
Terry,
situation.
get back to us. Get back to us on that burn, okay?
Seriously. Do you need some
Can we
cold
get
water?
Some ointment, you know,
Yeah.
or whatever, a little bit of ice.
Aloe vera.
We'll work on it. Terry, we're going to get that to you.
Adam Driver's just angry he wasted so much time right now.
I'm angry you wasted so much time.
Is that, do one of y'all have that for a story? Please tell me somebody has.
No, because I'm honestly too salty about it. Like,
Okay. Oh, I think it's going to get added. Cass, what have you got tonight?
Somebody should explain that.
Okay, so basically what happened was Don Quixote, it's amazing, amazing, amazing story. Terry Gilliam thought that he would adapt it. Cool.
One.
He started trying to do this about 20 years ago. Didn't work. Finally made it happen, except that before production started, the main producer left. Apparently, the main producer owns the rights. And so Terry Gilliam, at no point during production of the movie, actually had the rights to make this movie. He got sued. He's had to pay money. Most of the producers are going to have to pay money as well. It's not clear who all is going to have to pay money. But it's just a super fun situation. I've been waiting for this movie since I heard about it. And I'm so mad. I'm so mad that I might never get to see this movie.
When I put that in our chat, I love the reaction out of you two.
I'm
Also,
so mad.
I was shocked when I read the story. Like, what? How? You have to have that. But if you have been making a movie. that
Come
you don't
on,
have the
dude.
rights to
You
This
it.
is
can't
an
do
exact
that.
plot line in Arrested Development. And I
Oh,
just
yeah.
thought that he would be smarter.
Or Bowfinger.
Like, but they were like, oh yeah, we can make Fantastic Four into a musical without the rights.
You can't do that, guys. You can't
And
do
now
it.
for something completely different.
Okay, so you want my actual story?
Yes,
My
please.
actual for real story. Speaking of rights, last week we were thrilled when Netflix picked up the rights to Lucifer, which had been canceled by Fox. So exciting. We've got a little bit more information, if not much. The writers have already started on season 4, which will be split into 2 parts. And the one description that we've gotten about season 4 has been gnarly. It will be gnarly. I could not be more excited that they've already started planning, that they're very, very confident moving forward. And I can't wait to see more of Tom Ellis and more of Tom Ellis, because it's Netflix.
Let me guess, you just want to see more of
I want
this
to see
Tom Ellis.
more of Tom Ellis.
I'd be interested to see if they bring back his kind of fluid sexuality. They've hinted at it, which is more than I thought we'd get in the network show, but now it's going off network.
It may be, I'm not super excited about this part, but maybe he'll smoke cigarettes now.
Oh, no.
Because he's always been only putting them out, but Lucifer smokes. That's a thing that he does.
She wants to stare at his hot mouth.
I do want to stare at his hot
It's not as synonymous with his
so
character,
beautiful.
to be fair, as it is Constantine.
And they have hinted at it with Constantine as well, which is...
Oh, wasn't he smoking?
He's always putting it out, or like he can't find a cigarette lighter or something.
I will say that in the Keanu Reeves movie, a lot of it was garbage, but the thing they were really faithful to, he had a cigarette all the freaking time in that movie.
I keep forgetting about that movie.
And I was a smoker at the time, and I watched it in the theater, and I thought I was going to die by the end of it. I was like, I just need one. Let's go outside. And I was never that person. But in that movie,
yeah.
It was actually one of my favorite shows. Like from
Lucifer or Constantine?
Lucifer. I actually watched that from episode 1. I was like, okay, I'm sold on this.
It's so good.
And yeah, I had no idea that it was like sinking in the ratings or anything, but this is going to be better. They're going to be off the chain.
They can do so much with this, and I'm so excited to see what they have.
I follow a lot of the cast members on Twitter too, and I love seeing the reactions from them when they got saved. Especially the little girl who plays Chloe's daughter. Her parents told her in the car, "Oh, don't you cry on us." No, don't you do it.
It was so sweet though. She was so excited.
Looked like she just come from school or something, and they told her.
That was like, she nailed that expression. It was beautifully done.
It was beautiful.
Like it did. It was genuine emotion of somebody who thought they were going to be rejected, and they just got.
Especially like Amy Garcia. She's been like just on a tear.
Amy Garcia is amazing.
She's just.
She's so adorable.
I know, right? You can't help but resist her.
Resist her.
Well, I can't resist her.
Resist.
I can't resist her. I think, but also she is just, of course, on the show, she's one of my favorite characters.
She's a cutie.
I love her Instagram stories and stuff. And when she found out the story, the show got renewed. It was just great. It was great. So yay Lucifer. Yeah, that's yay Lucifer.
Hashtag.
Hashtag I mean the show.
Hashtag not the devil.
No Bible thumping.
Bryce, what have you got for us this week?
Got some great news. So CBS All Access, if you're unhappy with Star Trek Discovery, they have fired their showrunners for unprofessional, confrontational, and abusive behavior in the writers' room. And one of their writers is also departing, so that's at least 3 members who are taking their last paycheck. So the famous screenwriter and sometime director Alex Kurtzman, who brought you The Island, Amazing Spider-Man 2, the first 2 Transformers movies, and The Mummy with Tom Cruise, as well as J.J. Abrams' Star Trek and Star Trek Into Darkness, is taking the reins of my first love, the Star Trek franchise, for CBS All Access. Alex Kurtzman is also credited for co-creating Fringe and Sleepy Hollow, in case you're interested. So since he's in charge of bringing in new content to CBS streaming service, Variety magazine and other news agencies are reporting he is directing the premiere episode of season 2. And aside from that, he's also helping develop new series, mostly limited in scope at this point, is the rumor. And one of them that is exciting many fans, that they've even asked our esteemed thespian actor, treasure, icon, sometimes Captain Picard, Patrick Stewart, he was asked if he's going to be coming back to Star Trek to play Captain Picard, and he was quoted as saying, "I've been meaning to look into Discovery. I haven't looked at it yet." So we don't know what that means exactly. He didn't elaborate, so we can only hope that Patrick is going to be lured back to the bridge to hopefully let us in on what's going on in the Alpha Quadrant. We don't know what's happened since Star Trek Nemesis and the Federation, surviving a war with the Dominion. I would love to see what our crew is doing following those events.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think the show has been good enough on its own that they don't have to do let's bring in somebody for nostalgia factor to, bring a couple of new fans into the show. I think, the best thing they can do is just get it off All Access and put it on the network. But
that'd be good.
I want to see, Captain Jean-Luc Picard say engage just one more time. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Make it so.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Okay, not so much that.
He has to do that.
I really don't. Make it so.
Yeah, I would love to see.
Shut up, Wesley.
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of Wesley, one of the other series that they're looking at is Starfleet Academy, which is something that was rumored to have been in development. Well, actually was in development, not rumored, back in the 90s. And fans spoke out. Shatner spoke out. And the studio acquiesced and said, "Oh, you know what? Okay, we'll give you the original crew again." And they brought back Shatner and Nimoy and everyone else for Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country, which was a big hit amongst critics and fans. So they never did bring back, or they never did actually produce a Starfleet Academy movie or series. But that's something that CBS is considering, and I think that would be really interesting. Some cadets. On a mission like maybe they did in the beginning of Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. They had a bunch of cadets.
On the maiden voyage.
I would like to see an animated for young adults, and adults to enjoy.
Sure.
But if they did the right kind of animation and stuff, I think it'd be really fun to watch, and you'd be less limited. Not that TV budgets are that limited anymore, but
Right. Yeah, I think they've got a lot of money.
Yeah, they probably do.
To throw around. So yeah, I would like to see I would like to see Starfleet Academy happen. Also, they're pitching a new Star Trek animated series. Fans will remember fondly the old '70s series that featured the original cast, and they had some good stories. Yeah, there were some good stories. Yeah,
okay.
There were a few. I mean, the animation style wasn't as good as it could have been.
For that time.
Yeah, for that time, it was good, and.
Your voice keeps getting higher as you try and defend the integrity of this.
I loved it.
I was okay. Yeah. It had some problems.
I didn't say problems. You're misquoting me. I loved it, but I've been watching animated stories.
I don't know.
An archaic. It's an archaic antique device.
It's not a payphone. Come
on. It wasn't that long ago that Batman. I'm sorry.
But I pay for my phone every month. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. It wasn't that long ago that actors from the Next Generation were doing roles for Gargoyles, Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, and I always wanted those actors and some of the other actors from the various shows, Next Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, to do some other animated stories on Blu-ray or DVD.
I'm sorry, I just have to.
Yes.
You said not that long ago.
Not that long ago.
That was the mid-90s. That's 20 years ago.
Some of us just exist throughout time. So anyway.
Okay.
I don't exist in linear time.
Fair enough.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm hoping that we'll get to see mirror universe, alien cultures explored. Yes. Let's get some stuff going on with this animated series. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
But still have Neville Page consult on it because he does the best creature design that Star Trek has ever had.
He did stuff for Beyond, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He did,
one of them and not the other one.
He didn't do the most recent one, but he did the 2 before that.
He's a creature designer.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
I love him.
Yeah.
Well, let's keep moving along. Cats.
Oh, I had one more. I had one more. I had
He had one more
Sorry.
thing to say.
One more Star Trek
Don't
thing.
interrupt him.
Sorry.
Yeah, dude.
How dare you?
I'm sorry, Cats.
Yeah. Hang on. So they're also doing a possibly a Khan limited series they're talking about, and this would be a prequel involving the eugenics wars. And Nicholas Meyer, this one actually went into production. This one is a solid one. This one is the only solid option that is for sure they had in production. Because Nicholas Meyer, who wrote Wrath of Khan and directed it, and also helped write Undiscovered Country, he is actually written and was working on this series until there was rights issues that they were trying to figure out.
It's going around
Paramount and CBS. It really is. So I would like to see Khan's rise.
Yeah, I always just heard about it. I'd like to actually see it.
That's not a fun story.
Oh no.
No.
But he doesn't like fun stories. Remember our conversation about The Greatest Showman? It was too fun. He was hoping to cry.
He doesn't like it because it's too good.
Let's not bring that into this.
That's not at all what he said, so don't send him hate.
Well, Kat, what have you got for us this week?
I have, it's fantastic stuff. Arlington is in the news for good reason. They started construction on a 100,000 square foot esports gaming center. Basically, they asked a group of, I don't know who they were, economists or something, a couple of years ago, we want to invest in video games because they're going to be big, we think. How do we do that? And they basically advised them to build this. And so they'll be able to do like tournaments for esports. I'm assuming Dallas Fuel will be playing there when they localize the franchises, which is how this was tangentially related to Overwatch.
I was about to say, is there any sport in particular that you'd like to see in that arena?
To the Overwatch?
Or
just, yeah, esports stuff. I would like to get us some different ones. I know League of Legends can put on a hell of a show. It's very big and very ornate, and they CGI elements into there, and they have questionable lyrics sung with not that coordinated groups of dancers, but it's a spectacle, and it would be fun to watch. And really, I just think it's cool that video games will have such a large space devoted to it.
Yeah.
And Dallas Field might not play there, but they are going to localize, so I'm assuming that they will.
And maybe, just maybe, we can get everybody to take esports seriously.
Maybe journalists.
Especially journalists.
Will stop being like, oh, so-and-so, Mangachu, blah, 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 with their battle tags. And also to stop capitalizing the S in esports. That makes no sense grammatically or otherwise. It's not how you do it. Just esports, one word.
That
was a PSA.
They're
welcome.
Baffled so much of the time. They're like,
it's money for playing video games.
That's so weird. And you're like,
like,
it's really not.
Golf as a money-making endeavor isn't weird to you? That's all this story.
Just us complaining about how nobody.
Just me, like.
I'm happy about more stuff coming to Dallas. That's
yeah.
All right, build it here.
That's what I see as exciting. Like, it may end up being convention space, but also like local tournaments could be there. We could get some of the college league teams to form, and it'd just be cool. It's a big space.
Also, maybe it would push Arlington to finally let the Dart have at least bus routes that go out there. They keep refusing to have bus and train routes out there because they don't want to lower the image of their city.
Rude.
Because nefarious people ride the Dart.
This was a real thing?
Yeah, that is why they would not. They didn't want.
That's what they said was the reason. They said that was the reason.
They said they didn't want to ruin the image of their city because of people. Because yes, a lot of homeless people do ride the train, but not enough to bring down the quality of anything.
Not to mention,
that's why they wouldn't do that even when Arlington was a spot to put that big stadium.
Huh. I did not know. I wondered
why. Bunch of dicks.
Yeah.
I don't think esports is going to be a big enough draw to change that by itself, but growth and development is a really good sign.
Especially if they use it for convention space. Because that to and from travel from Dallas will be a thing.
I know I'm really excited about it for obvious reasons, but I also am genuinely wondering is there enough stuff to keep it busy all the time? And I game a lot, so I should know that, but I'm excited to see what events I wouldn't have thought of or didn't know about that will come to it.
Maybe they'll move the
it's gonna be
Call of Duty World Championships
maybe
there
they'll move
instead of oh god.
It says it is supposed to. Let's see.
It will open at some point.
I love one of the comments from the chat. Mario Golf is more fun than real golf to me.
It's true.
Golf is fun to play. It's so boring to watch, and it's only moderately fun to play.
And yeah.
Oh.
The golf cabinet, yes.
You're please
Who
stop.
wants to cheer politely?
If I got a favorite person in golf, I want to be having the sign and everything. That's my guy! That's my guy!
Let's hear it for Jordan Spieth.
Yeah, they need noise-canceling headphones for golfers.
Some air horns going off.
Dude. Get kicked out so quickly.
Would be the first time.
Golf is only good if you want to wear really weird colored pants.
I like Topgolf. I can drink beer and just
I do Topgolf is a lot of fun.
Yeah, you just get to hit the balls and drink
I'm
beer. There
really
you go.
bad at
I don't have to go. I don't have to go looking for them or actually hit them in the water or whatever. Cool.
Yeah, that came out weird. Just so you know.
Mm. What have you got for us this week, Ears?
Well, ears,
I
really?
like
Okay.
Ears. Okay.
Well, all JoJo fans, time to get posing again. Sorry,
Oh,
I just really wanted to do that.
It's beautiful.
Nailed it.
But
You don't have to have any cosplay costume coaching from a photographer. You nailed it.
but part 5 for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is finally, and just never confirmed it until today, or technically last night, close enough. So we're going to be following Giorno Giovanna, which is the guy in the pink there with the weird ladybugs on his nipples, as he infiltrates the Italian mafia to try and stop crime with his stand, The Golden Experience. But we'll see what they change all of the stand names to this year, since they have a thing against doing copyrighted material in the dubs. Especially when we have ones like Moody Blues and Aerosmith and all that jazz.
Yes?
Yes?
And all that jazz.
What?
What?
I'm glad Cass got
Weird
my reference.
names of jazz.
And all that
Okay.
jazz.
Yeah, that's all I got. I don't know.
I do not like that art style.
You don't? The part
I don't like that weird mixing in the total dark, you know?
I get it. This is also, the image that I showed is also the first principal animation still that we have. The style may change because that did happen with part 4. It kind of changed a little bit, but part 4 is where Araki kind of started drawing kind of more, less buff dudes and more slender pretty boys, because that's just what's popular now. So I'm a little sad about that. Read thus far, just because they get real creative with stuff. Golden Experience's power is to be able to create something that is alive out of something that is dead, essentially. So he could turn my phone into a bird using his stand, which is really interesting, and seeing how they play with it is a lot of fun, and how they use all of the different stand abilities this time, because it feels like he really and just had a lot of fun just going crazy with it. But I hope they don't cut out all the good parts, because it's long. It's really long.
We'll see. I don't know how I feel about that art. But anyway.
I don't know why. I like it.
Okay, maybe it's just me. So
The final question, real quick, is they always do for their ending song, they pick anime. It's so for
I don't remember
it's
that
great.
much of it. Is that the sign language one?
they are willing to work with them. Well, one of
Widow movie in production for Marvel. They do have a short list for directors now, but it is speculated, this is from Deadline, that director Kate Shortland will be getting the movie. Her name rings with me because she made a movie in just last year called The Berlin Syndrome.
Yeah.
Woo! It is a psychological thriller, and it's a small cast, and I like small cast movies. So when I heard her name mentioned on this, I was like, Berlin Syndrome. Really good movie. If she gets it, that spy thriller aspect, this is my pick. This is my pick. She's only done about 3 films, but Marvel has been taking chances on smaller directors that just have a good vision of what they want. And I see,
thank God, so far that's gone really right for
I
them.
can see why, if they want to do a Black Widow movie, and it would. I don't want to spoil Berlin Syndrome for you. She also did a movie called Lore in 2012. I haven't seen her directorial debut, a 2004 romance movie called Somersault with Sam Worthington.
Sam Worthington?
Really?
Yeah, I didn't see that one, so I can't judge it. But I can tell you Lore and Berlin Syndrome were really good. And this is the reason that she's on that short list.
Awesome.
So if she's at the helm, I feel a lot better about a good spy thriller.
I'm not gonna lie, it being a her by itself makes me feel better about it.
Oh yeah.
She's good, and she's also great.
She is.
That never hurts.
Yeah, she saw a picture. Oh no, she's
that never hurts.
She has a very infectious smile.
I like this thing we're seeing horror directors like crossing over into other genres more and more. Horror is such a specific vision type, and it's also where a lot of like independently made movies go big. So it's a good sign just for upward mobility in the industry if they're hiring horror directors to do other things.
Let's hear it from my boy James Wan. He got his own Funko Pop this week.
What?
Yay!
It's Wan adorable.
That's weird. Funko Pops are real people.
I was going to go to Bryce, what have you got for this? Skipping over you.
I don't know who's writing that Black Widow movie, but I can't wait to hear who's doing it. I'm curious.
Potential writer, I didn't.
Joss Whedon.
I'll give it to you.
That's all right. Yeah, I'm excited for that because I think they should have given Scarlett her movie already.
Dude, right?
Yeah, really. Okay, so my other news story is Sam Raimi, who you're going to remember from Evil Dead and Amazing Spider-Man. He's teaming with Ryan Reynolds, you probably heard of him, in a film about a massive submarine carrying nuclear weapons that goes MIA. And there's a wormhole.
What?
And some sort of mysterious island that opens up all this world that's inhabited by sharks, Vikings,
What is this?
What?
and Nazis.
What is
I-
it?
And I can't wait!
I don't give a flying. Like, I'm in.
It's
I'm
called
so
Bermuda
in.
Triangle.
I'm
Oh
so
my gosh,
in.
I wanna
God,
see this
I'm
movie.
so in. Yes, absolutely.
I mean,
Sold.
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 I don't need anything else.
I'm gonna go see it
Shut up
3
and take my
times.
money.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need to get on press for this like now. Like
Yeah.
emailing
Like,
people
Give us
like
press for this, please.
Please.
I did something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do.
And hopefully Bruce is involved.
Yes.
I
I'm-
mean,
I'm
that
all
would be
aboard.
awesome,
My
even
baby.
if he isn't. That like Sam Raimi has genuinely impressed me with how far he came in 2 seasons of Ash vs. Evil Dead, and embracing like newer concepts and special effects, and also just
Bonkers
like
storylines.
yeah, and actually how to direct proper projects
Yeah.
without hurting his actors or making a movie that's garbage.
We don't know when the movie's coming out, by the way. No release date has been set, but it's gonna be great.
That needs
I'll
to
make
be
sure.
an SCNS live like cast night. We need to go see it.
Yes.
Like a bunch
This
of
sounds
I must see this
amazing.
madness.
Yes.
Ricardo, sorry you have to work that night. We need drinks on time.
Come on.
Oh, back to Black Widow. Jack Schaefer, who wrote Olaf's Frozen Adventure and The Hustle, is penning the script. What? I know. Bizarre, right?
Okay.
All right. Anyway. So, Kat, what do we got first?
I don't know. I can't remember mine. What's yours?
Oh,
okay.
How dare you?
So, when Solo came out, 3 weeks ago? That's exactly the point of this. So they basically announced a bunch of spin-off things. Boba Fett, we were going to get maybe an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, animated TV show, live-action TV show. Benioff and Weiss are doing spin-offs. Rian Johnson was going to get his own spin-off. All of those are, put on hold now because Solo did not perform like they thought it was going to at the box office. Keep in mind, between the first three, Force Awakens, Rogue One, and Last Jedi, they made over $1 billion. Solo made less than $200 million domestically and less than $350 million worldwide. And granted, that's a lot of money. But for Disney, it's really not what they needed. And so everything for right now, they're again, it doesn't mean that everything is canceled. It just means that they need to rework some stuff. But I can't wait to get my Obi-Wan movie, so, please. Just that one. I don't care about the rest of it. Just give me Obi-Wan.
Well, they gotta pay for this Fox bill, so...
That's fair.
You should have gone to see Solo, Obi-Wan movie.
It is actually been classified as flop now, so that's fun.
Well, there is an advocate group out there that wants to remake The Last Jedi to make it more like the series, and it's possible that their influence was a factor in Disney's.
We're not
it wasn't a factor in their decision.
We're not talking about that.
If you didn't create something, if you didn't create it, you've no right to dictate the storyline. I'm sorry.
I mean, as much as I have my problems with the prequels, how dare some fans go out there you didn't create this.
Yeah.
You didn't put any work into it, but I can do better. And I saw one comment about the guys, and they said, I hope they actually do get to remake, so they can have their work critiqued to find out how hard it is to actually do this job.
I was just hoping they made it and then got sued for intellectual property.
Go right ahead.
That would be so funny. If they just let them make it and didn't say anything, and the second it came out, put out cease and desist and then sued them.
But back to Cass's point.
That's what What's-His-Face did.
They're not going to stop making Star Wars movies.
No, I meant the fans. If the fans got to remake it, then
with the yellow lights on the halting on some projects.
Yeah, they're gonna stop making offshoot projects if they're literally losing the money, which is what a flop is, right?
Yeah.
If it
it's
costs
the first
more
one
to make than it made.
Yeah, that's a flop.
I would say maybe just scooch your budget down by a couple of $1 million.
10%.
That's the thing. So many blockbusters right now are making insane budgets, and no wonder not every film can make $1 billion.
Not everything is Black Panther.
Exactly. So maybe don't expect everything to be Black Panther.
I know, we were hey, finally, indie filmmakers, we're getting some of these $200,000, $300,000 budget films, and then they're the big budget films, they're nope! We're taking it to $750 million for some garbage Pirates of the Caribbean film.
Make it work.
Yeah. It's so weird how that didn't work out for them.
CGI is expensive. Maybe don't CGI a mustache. Maybe just shave it.
Maybe don't reshoot half of your entire movie. It's so weird.
Maybe you wouldn't be so confused about lights.
Of which there are 4.
Digs on Justice League, a movie that I actually liked. There's light coming from everywhere at once.
Give us the Zack Snyder cut.
What about Jar Jar getting his own movie? Leave the chat there.
That is excellent. Give him his own movie.
No.
So that he doesn't have to invade any movie
ever again.
The only way I want Jar Jar to get his own movie if Jar Jar dies.
That's what I'm talking about.
The midway point.
Can we do it? Yeah, can we do it Psycho?
And the rest of the movie is just everybody, man, I really did hate that God.
He's really just the worst.
And just preparing for his funeral.
When I could understand what he said, I didn't like it.
The rest of it's just Ewan McGregor just making different jokes.
Here's another stupid thing he did.
Was that your Ewan McGregor?
No, it was a horrible Ewan McGregor. Anyway.
At least you admit that.
Oh, yeah. So, as of this week, the World Health Organization has classified gaming addiction as gaming disorder. It's a real thing right now. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking about this. It has a lot of signs as far as what classifies it, and it's like behavioral patterns have to be severe and whatever. And my first thought about it was actually just kind of a resident sleeper thing.
Bored or tired.
Oh, yes.
Translating.
Bored or tired. Mm-hmm. Thank you. And I was like, okay, so whatever. And then I'm just like, maybe it's just a kappa of some sort. Going sarcastic. Maybe they're being sarcastic with us. And then I was like, whatever. And then I just ignored it and blew it off and went about my day. But I was like, what's going to happen right now is we're going to need meat shields, IRL, from like button mashers, griefers, that kind of thing.
It's protection from non-gamers, just
so
you know.
Thank you.
Yes.
And then I thought, what though? Maybe they have a point. Sometimes, every once in a while, we could just, instead of, loading up another game when you're crazy tilted and salted, maybe you just decide that outside could be a PogChamp thing.
It would be awesome.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. So I was considering taking on some offline side quests. So I might do that. Go outside.
Going outside, maybe?
Yeah.
That's a cool side quest.
Yeah.
The graphics are really good. The story's crap, though.
The HDR is much better
yes.
than in Dying Light. Anyway.
I'm going to agree with them just a tiny bit because I will honestly say video games are part of the reason stuff doesn't get done around here. So
that's
just saying.
That's almost exactly where my mind went. At first I was like, ugh, whatever, because of the Fortnite thing recently where parents are like, this game is making my kids violent. And they're yelling about it, and I'm like, maybe you're making your kids violent by screaming at stuff you don't like.
But also, I played Tomb Raider until 5 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, so both sides have a point. My fear is that neither side will, actually critically look at themselves and be like, am I exhibiting problematic behavior? They're just going to rage at whatever camp they're not in.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there are gamers, there are people that are addicted to gaming. I think it's a helpful classification to have. I just encourage people, like they do with other disorders, maybe not to just diagnose someone else without a professional involved and be like, you're addicted to gaming.
I will agree with Neil, and the fact that there's no respawn IRL is garbage.
Oh, there's No Earth in the YouTube chat also said you have to get the subscription for the story to be better.
Oh.
But it's so expensive.
You gotta pay so much money for the story to be decent at all. That's garbage.
Yeah.
And they're like, everyone starts out the same. We just have the paid subscription.
The tutorial lasts for the whole game. It's awful.
And it's not helpful.
No, so much of the time the tutorial is not helpful at all.
I got it on Switch because, free.
You got in real life on Switch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice. I should have tried that.
I should have tried that too.
I went to college because I thought they would help me with the tutorial for the rest of life, and instead they just taught me how to do weird specific parts of side quests that wouldn't ever matter.
I'm stuck with the kid side quest as well.
Oh,
it's really long.
Okay,
it's
you
really
played
long.
Sims, so that's your fault.
But you get you get an extra card though if you play the kid side quest.
They spent money to get me.
I'm just saying, if you
the rewards are excellent.
If you play Sims, you know what you signed up to do.
It's true.
Some of us were off God of Warring, and you decided to Second Life or some crap.
First of all, you're off God of Warring, you're gonna get GTA, okay? Just saying.
I love the radio stations in GTA. It's my favorite part is the nonsense talk radio.
I loved the guy that tried to polite GTA.
What?
Oh, if you've never watched Pacifist,
what?
Pacifist GTA.
He tries to be nice through
it's
the whole
YouTube series.
I don't even want to play that game.
No, you have to you have to watch 5 minutes of his stream sometime.
So he obeys all the road signs.
He's doing a voiceover the whole time, and it's a running voiceover, and he's very intelligent the way he presents it. He's like, well, I tried to bargain with this shop owner, telling him that, you know, I only had 39 cents, but I would be happy to wash dishes or something. And then he removed the shotgun from over the counter and shot at me. Apparently, he's not interested in an intellectual bargaining and discourse between strangers but amenable people.
The only way that would be
so funny.
So amusing.
The only way that will be a challenge for me is how long it takes me not to break a law.
Well, that was the whole point, is that you can't.
You don't break any laws.
Eventually, like, you just get stuck, and it's like, it's telling him to go on this quest, and he's like, I don't know how to arrive there, though, since my motorcycle has been, like, acquisitioned by a local ruffian, and I don't have legitimate means to purchase something else.
One of the things was to, like, rob a bank or something, and he went in there and asked for the money, but with no weapons.
Oh, kids are damaged over time, Spell.
It's true.
That is true. Don't forget about the AoE impact.
My daughter jumped on me yesterday from the couch
Nice.
to my crotch.
Were you wearing a cup?
My wife literally said, we'll leave in a second. Dad needs to just kind of lay down for a minute.
I guess you weren't wearing a cup.
No, although I should.
Do you not wear a cup in daily life?
No, I
feel like you should.
You really should with Liz around.
She's of that unfortunate height right now.
Ah.
Yeah.
My extreme lack of hand-eye coordination not only prevented me from being an extremely successful, highly paid athlete, but it also prevented me from being an extremely successful gamer. But I'm going to get back into gaming anyway because I have unplayed games that need my attention, and I have friends who are gamers who I can't relate to, so I feel left out.
Who's that? Is anybody in the room?
Everyone in the room.
We love you,
You
Bryce.
weren't supposed to understand the Baby Rage or PogChamp.
What's going to be
That's
great
why I had
is
a
like
translator.
we need to like pick random games for Bryce to play and just sit there and
Okay.
through it. It's noobing
God of War.
all over again.
Huh?
It's noobing
Yeah.
all over
It
again.
really would
Ooh,
be.
yeah.
Dude, God of War. You gotta
You
do
should
God of
get,
War.
they have things to help, like those.
Oh, that's
the
good. Our
hand-eye
job.
no, like control freaks, like stick extenders. So the joysticks, you don't have to be so specific. I have those to help my accuracy. Stuff for people who haven't been gaming continually since they were very young to help you
I see.
not be so far behind. I use them, but I'm still quite far behind. I'm done.
All right.
Cora, give us a news story there.
Alright, also with the World Health Organization, while they did bring out the sad news with gaming, they did bring out something good today, and that is that transgender is not considered a mental health disorder anymore. It is still, like, mental illness, I should say. It is still considered a mental disorder. Now with this new class, they'll be able to, the stigma that was there with it that kept a lot of people from coming out to their doctors is gone. So they'll be able to get the help and treatment that they need if they need that. It's a huge step forward. I'm really glad that that finally got changed, especially with all the negative that we've had in the world recently.
Right? I'm surprised this happened right now.
I know, right? I'm glad it happened now. But that's really it. There's not much to the story. It's just a really happy thing that a lot of my friends don't have to worry about that anymore.
I think that it's still going to be a time, there's going to be a transition time with just people's mental processes around it. But it's definitely a giant step in the right direction. People will be more comfortable in talking to their healthcare professionals.
I'm going to admit that it immediately takes a talking point that when I get into arguments with people, well, they classify it as a mental illness, and I'm like, well, I can't really argue with that. I want to choke you, but I can't argue with that. But now,
you can choke them.
I mean, I could before, just legal things.
That's
but
probably not.
It takes that argument away as well.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. Sorry.
Baby steps.
No, yeah, absolutely.
So, we ran long on the news, but we're going to still do this dinosaur thing. So, I saw Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and I didn't like it. If you want more about that, there is a spoiler, and a spoiler-free review on the channel, youtube.com/SCNS Live. And while you're here, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel. So, without ruining the movie, because I think it's open for some more discussion.
What was it about?
Opposing viewpoints.
Were there dinosaurs
I'm going to tell you
in
what
it?
it's about.
Dinosaurs?
Okay, short points. I like graphics, but give me Sir Richard Attenborough talking over that, and I could have just been fine with that. This movie could have been 30 minutes long. Other than that, it is just people making stupid decisions throughout the entire movie. From start to finish, dumb decisions.
That's funny. World history reads exactly the same way.
So,
Yeah.
as somebody viewing this, all this makes me say is we should never ever make dinosaurs, even if we get the technology. Just
It only
do
took
not.
him 5 movies, folks.
Like, from a kid who wants to ride his Triceratops to school,
Yeah.
no, we should never make dinosaurs ever, because we will screw it up somehow.
They
So,
won't even have feathers.
with that, I reviewed it. You can go watch it. I warn you, there are spoilers, but I do a good break and put spoilers in fiery letters, so you know they're there. And the only thing to say of this movie were the actors. They were good.
Well, at least they were there.
I like them. But the story overall, I'm just like...
Ricardo, you should post a review as well.
And then I can, tell them why as well.
Well, what if Amazon wants to domesticate pterodactyls to deliver us products that we need?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so here's a question.
Okay.
Are we more scared of robots or dinosaurs? Like, if Amazon's going to pick one.
I would say robots.
Robots are more of a reality, unfortunately. I've seen them open doors. I don't like that. I don't like that opening doors.
You don't see that.
And running through the woods and doing backflips. No, sir.
No, I don't like that.
And we're back to Cortana.
So I can't do a backflip. Well, I can. I got a problem. Last time I hit something steel, it hurt. So that's okay. While I did enjoy though the Jurassic World, I thought it was a good movie. Yes, there was some more bad decisions there, but we are celebrating the 25th anniversary of Jurassic Park this year. Which, yes, 25 years of Jurassic Park. The franchise has been going. We've gotten.
That's how old I am.
There you go.
Some of us are celebrating more than
Let's
just acknowledging.
Let's remember that magic of the first one, though. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it was really good. This opening shot with Grant when he sees the dinosaur the first time, that for me was just like, and that music.
That music.
So that noise.
It was a great
John Williams.
Shout out to Chelsea.
We've never forgotten, like, Dr. Ian Malcolm is a meme to this day.
Yes.
The shirtless, lean back, I just got bitten by a dinosaur. I'm sick.
Thirsty.
That stuff has never, ever left our memory.
You did it. You son of a bitch. You really did it.
And high points of the series definitely was the original. Jurassic World for me, still a good movie.
Really
I liked it a lot.
What were some of your guys' high points out of the entire franchise, though? Or just that movie?
I'm not a huge fan of the franchise. I like it. I see them all. I don't usually see them more than once. So
were you a big fan of dinosaurs growing up? No? Really?
I mean, if we're going to talk about dinosaurs,
well, we're going to get to dinosaur talk.
Okay.
High points of the Jurassic Park franchise.
Love the first one. Love Jurassic World. Really couldn't care about the rest of the franchise.
I like 3, I think, maybe, when they were faster. And there were lots of little ones.
Lost World is second. Third is just 3, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
I might not even be describing the right, but when there were lots of, like, human-sized ones, and they, like, figured out elevators.
The Raptors.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I liked that. I thought it was fun. I just wasn't... They all seemed to come out at a time in my life when I had a lot going on, so I saw them in passing.
Well, for me...
he's a bigger fan. I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, I don't know what's weird.
This guy.
Nothing's weird. We're all weird.
Your perfectly dyed purple jacket. A little bit weird.
This is my poorly dyed
dyed.
Jeff Goldblum Jurassic Park purple jacket. Jeff Goldblum.
He has a picture with Jeff Goldblum.
I do.
Sorry, I'll stop.
It's all right. Okay, so these theme parks and these movies are a lot of fun. Part of me wants them to be a reality, but for the films, I really like the first one and the third one, Jurassic Park 3, with the pterodactyls. That's one of my favorite dinosaurs. There's a scene where Sam Neill as Alan Grant is with a small group of people, survivors, that they're trying to stay alive. And there's a scene where there are 3 pterodactyls basically, you know, looking like they're about ready to pounce on everybody, and they managed to get 2 of them distracted, and they're going away. But there's this, and they thought they were going to be okay. But there's this. The scene I'm describing is this one pterodactyl who, from the camera viewpoint, the POV is to the pterodactyl's back. The pterodactyl turns toward the camera as if to look at Alan Grant, and it is so creepy. And it's an image that stayed with me for a very long time. And I really like what Joe Johnston, the director of the 3rd film, did. He brought a lot of high-flying action with the pterodactyls in Jurassic Park 3.
High-flying.
Right. The first one was great too. It's classic because there's, you know, Goldblum as Dr. Malcolm is fantastic, scene after scene after scene. But for me, Jurassic Park 3 is a lot of fun, and I also really enjoyed Jurassic World as did you. But if I could just speak for a moment about Jurassic Park 2: The Lost World, I don't know if you remember. I don't even know if you remember the SS Venture, the ship coming to the dock, and it slams into the dock, and there's a bunch of dead crew on board that they discover, and the T-Rex was in the cargo hold, and they never explain why or how the crew was bloodied and half eaten or almost all the way eaten.
Yeah, the bridge door is a normal sized door.
Yeah.
And last time I checked, it's not like the T-Rex like reached an arm in there and got.
I call cannibalism.
Don't they?
Something worse happened on that ship.
Terrible happened on that ship.
That T-Rex didn't do all that.
I call cannibalism.
Spielberg directed number 2, and him and whoever the producers were have to hang their head in shame for not explaining. There's no explanation. It's a major plot hole in that film.
You didn't see the director's cut with one of the raptors in like a fancy hat sneaking off the ship?
Must. There might have been.
It was just 2 of the raptors stacked on each other with the trench coat.
2 little ones.
Yeah.
Done for the night, Sam? Yeah, that's how I
feel. Me too, Sam.
Yeah. Stolen from an Eddie.
Right on, man.
That's
so Sam.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
They're pretty smart.
Usually he screeches higher than that. That's weird.
Did he have only 2 clawed feet?
It must be hungover.
Only 2.
Back
and then
to
he
work.
had a big one. Hey,
back to the old ball and chain, am I right?
So let's face it. So raptors got loose on that ship and just kind of ducked out. And while they're looking at the T-Rex, we're out.
While they run this way, we're going this way. Yeah.
Y'all should look into that. Yeah, clever girl.
Right.
You should really watch that cut.
Yeah, you got to see it.
Explains a lot.
It's great.
That cut does not exist, to my knowledge. Just like we're still waiting on the Justice League cut that we want to see.
Yes.
We should just film like what actually happened.
Yeah.
I wish we could so make that.
I have an inflatable. They make the inflatable raptor costumes now.
Yes. They also make inflatable triceratops and inflatable triceratops. I believe there's also an inflatable brontosaurus as well.
That's it.
That's an odd form of furry.
Is that a 2-person?
Okay, so we're all getting different suits.
It's a weird one person.
We're just gonna bum rush random people.
That's amazing.
By the way,
I want to float on a pond in one. That's just my life.
No, it'll ruin the fan. You don't want to.
No, I know. It was so fun. On a floaty.
Just don't get the water in the battery pack. Trust me.
Exactly.
Really? Electronics in the water? Not great?
That's weird.
He must be a tech guy.
Can I talk about my movie now?
Yes, please.
Speaking.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to hear about this.
The best dinosaur movie.
Our best dinosaur stuff. So.
Best dinosaur movie. What?
Yeah, say it. I want to hear
Lost World?
No.
The best dinosaur movie. I want to say 2002. The most amazing movie came out. It is called Dinotopia.
Get out.
It has Wentworth Miller, David Thewlis, and some other randos. It is the worst thing I have ever seen. It looks like dinosaur clip art.
You should
and basically,
sell it to us.
I'm going to sell it.
Hold on. So you're telling me that this image that I just shared, that's official for the show? Or for this movie?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
why are their faces all different temperature? And why does the back girl look like she's been touched by an angel?
This is the best dinosaur movie. It's not even a movie. It was a made-for-TV miniseries.
That's worse.
It's so good. All of the dinosaurs have no texture to them whatsoever.
That's the worst part. They talk.
They talk too.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, crap. I remember this show.
Dinosaurs on a treadmill. Like, working out.
Oh, God. I just... Also, like, they ride these, and a big part of the movie is Wentworth Miller.
Like, they just randomly wear clothes, too. Like, not all of them.
But, like, sometimes.
There's it's like one of the larger two-legged. He looked like a raptor-type dinosaur. But he had a pith hat on and a walking stick.
But, like, there's this Avatar type, like, you gotta respect the dinosaurs, and they'll let you ride them, but, like, only some of them.
No, would someone give Wentworth Miller a decent break? No, we won't.
I love Wentworth Miller.
Like elephants. If you're gonna put out a movie, I guess elephants don't wear top hats.
Usually.
I remember the show on Discovery Kids.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember always turning it off.
Because it was
This was on Discovery?
Yes, it was on Discovery Kids.
God, don't do that.
It came on.
Just don't do that with your channel.
It came on right after reruns of Steve Irwin's. Yeah.
Halo,
Thank
Halo
you.
Parsons, there's sequels.
There's sequels.
Yeah, I'm seeing this now.
What?
There are 5 sequels of this movie.
I need to see them.
No, it's only going to get worse and worse. How did they get 5? How did they get 5? It's the Sharknado of dinosaur movies. The Sharknado is awesome. Though.
If you need to,
knew it was bad.
If you need to watch, I believe it is both on Netflix and Amazon Prime.
Oh no, they have the full one on YouTube.
And YouTube.
Like, they would normally get you on copyright. They don't care.
They don't care at all.
They're just glad someone's looking at it.
Somebody's watching Dinotopia? What?
How long was it? I didn't see. It's pretty long. Like, it was a miniseries. It's pretty long.
This should have been a Mel Brooks movie.
I made it halfway through the trailer, and I was like,
right?
What the hell
2002.
is this?
It's 4 hours and 10 minutes long.
This sounds like a punishment.
Ooh.
We're going to make one of the cast members watch it. We need to have a competition.
I call Bryce.
Not here tonight.
And someone has to watch it and live stream themselves watching it.
Oh, God.
And just watch them slip slowly into madness as they go, what am I watching?
Like, if it was me, you'd be like, why is there green tint on her hair?
That's so weird. It's going to be like Shia LaBeouf when he watched all of his movies in a row. He's just crying. He's like, it's so awful.
Shia LaBeouf.
Okay.
I have one other thing to contribute to the dinosaur topic. Any fans of Jason Statham in the room?
Boy, he talks like this all the time in every movie that he's in.
Seems like kind of a douchebag.
Anyway, so a movie coming out August 10th you may or may not be aware of. There apparently is a deep sea submersible is attacked and trapped by a
dinosaur.
Prehistoric super shark.
Oh, no.
This is yes, the Meg.
Yes.
This is one of my favorite books.
Yeah. I saw the trailer.
So I can't wait for this.
Epically
so
bad.
Good.
Like, this book was one of my favorites.
Terrible,
This counts in the dinosaur category.
Right.
This is one of my favorite books because they had explained the science on why the shark was still alive and everything. And it checked out, like, it's beneath in the Mariana Trench where the water's warmer and it can't cross through the cold barrier. But it, like, I don't want to spoil it too much. So, because I don't know if they're going to go with that in the movie, but I am totally about a giant shark.
Says they don't.
Because when I was a kid and like read about the megalodon, I was like, what? This thing exists? I'm never getting in the water. Oh, it's dead now. I'm good.
Yeah, only the great whites to worry about.
But this thing was like the size of a bus. It's a great white shark the size of a bus.
Yes.
I'm sold. I'm in. While I hate the stigmata that people get from, it's a dangerous shark. You know,
stigmata.
It's a stigma. Sorry.
Stigmata is crucifixion marks.
Whatever. The stigma that people get off sharks from these type of movies, but I enjoy the hell out of them.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
What was the one that?
Jaws.
Not Jaws. It was The Shallows.
Yes.
Was a really good shark.
I wanted to see that, but I was hanging out by the ocean
good.
a lot right then, and I had
very
genuine fear.
Better than Deep Blue Sea?
Deep Blue Sea's good.
Let's back it up. Let's go back to dinosaurs.
Anyway.
I love the standees they have in the theaters for these too. It's like a big megalodon you can stand in and take a picture. Yeah. Like the mouth.
I want to know, like, I just want to see, I wish somebody would string together like a master cut of all like the scientific explanations for dinosaurs being around now. Yeah. Like from every movie, and just a master cut of how that happened.
I did love
really interesting.
One of the comments in the chat. I'm not even going to get into the whole reproductive thing in the Jurassic World movies. Life finds a way.
Okay. Better than the reproductive thing in Godzilla.
And much worse than the reproductive thing in the, what is it?
Avatar.
No.
It's that reproductive thing.
We were talking about it. It's not reproductive.
Oh, Shape of Water.
Shape of Water. I loved the explanation they gave to that.
So
that was great.
Like how did they have sex?
And now we're gonna show you, so you'll be quiet.
And
we'll explain.
That's all I needed.
Cora, what's your favorite dinosaur moment? Either it be from the Jurassic Park series or you got this smirk on your face. What?
Well, the only Jurassic Park movie I've ever seen was Jurassic World. So.
And it was a good movie.
It was good.
Yeah. Jimmy Buffett yanked up.
Oh wait, no. I take that back. I think I've seen the scene where with the Tyrannosaurus on the dock. I saw that when I was, I think, like 6, and I was terrified of dinosaurs until I was like 12. The only dinosaur movie I watched in between that was We're Back, the Don Bluth movie.
What?
I love that movie so much. It's so bad, and I love it so much. You have these dinosaurs that, like, there's this guy that has a time machine. He goes back in time to the land of dinosaurs, and he's created a special cereal so that the dinosaurs can become sentient beings and compassionate and kind. So he gets a Tyrannosaurus Rex, a Triceratops, a pterodactyl, a Apatosaurus? Is that what Ducky was? I do not remember.
Crowd.
No, Ducky wasn't a Apatosaurus.
I have no idea what dinosaur it was. I'm horrible.
Long neck. That's all I got about dinosaurs.
Yeah. But those are the 4 he grabbed. He brought them back to the modern time, so in the 90s, to go to the Museum of Natural History where they can interact and talk to children. Because he has a magical wish machine, and all the kids, all they want is to meet a dinosaur. So that's why this happens. And instead of just dropping them off at the Museum of Natural History, he drops them into the Bay of New York City. Just into the bay with a floaty.
That's fine.
And they meet a random orphan, and they start going with him to the city to find the thing. Eventually, by the way, they find themselves in the park, and the dinosaurs get tricked into eating this medicine that turns them back into horrible monsters. And the children...
It was just laying around?
No, the owner of the circus has this...
Just happens to have this medicine.
He has this medicine to turn them back into beasts because he uses it to turn people into monsters.
Obviously.
And the children sell their souls to him, like literally sign a contract in blood.
What is this?
Pricked their in blood to save the dinosaurs. And it gets even better. The guy that had the original wish machine, that's his brother, the weird circus dude.
What?
And he comes to save them, and then he basically takes his power away, and all these crows and ravens that have been flying around him this whole time swoop in and devour him, and all that's left is his fake eye.
This does sound like a version of Talk Everlasting, the singular worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. But what is it called?
It's called We're Back. It's on Netflix. The best part is, after that scene, it goes right back to happy-go-lucky, sunshiny happiness because they make it to the Museum of Natural History.
I love all the notes that have been taken this episode. Like,
I want to say, this sounds like an acid trip.
It's a Don Bluth film. It's one of his, like, you know how Don Bluth has his really good films like American Tail, and then right after he'll make something that makes you go,
yeah, he needs a palate cleanser.
Why?
His good ones.
This was his why, but it was still decent.
American Tail, like the one, the mice?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's better than A Troll in Central Park, at least.
Speaking of Don Bluth and the Land Before Time movies,
oh, yes.
Do you know how many sequels they have made to The Land Before Time?
I have no idea.
Too many.
Count.
14.
I stopped seeing after 2.
14.
Wow.
Yes. 14, Land Before Time movie.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was like in the 20s.
Characters?
I guess.
Because didn't Ducky, like
13 of them have
Ducky
been
was murdered,
video,
yes.
So, yeah, I did not even know this. Like, I looked up something, I'm like, hold up, 14, what?
They're like we said before time, so does it matter?
But Ducky, though, Ducky's adorable.
Well, it's funny because all through the chat we've been seeing people mention the television show Dinosaurs, which
it's awful.
That technology made us look up the same movie at the same time. Has anybody seen one? It was
Theodore Rex.
Yeah, 1995. Whoopi Goldberg made a buddy cop movie with a
talking dinosaurs.
What?
Hold up. It's called Theodore Rex.
Hold on, I'm pulling up an image of this. Continue
It
talking.
earned Whoopi Goldberg her first Golden Raspberry Award.
Yes. Oh man.
Of course
it is an alternate futuristic society.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Coexist. A tough police detective named Katie Coltrane is paired with a Tyrannosaurus named Theodore Rex to find the killer of dinosaurs and other prehistoric animals, leading him to a ruthless billionaire bent on killing off humanity by creating a new ice age.
Wait, why is his last name a shortening of his species? Wouldn't that be like a person being called Hume?
Here we
like
go.
H-U-M? Theodore Hume?
Hey, skin job.
Sapien. Or Sapien.
Yeah, like...
This movie is so bad. He has tennis shoes shaped like his claws.
Yes!
Hold on. I'm pulling up an image now.
We need to watch this and riff it.
Why this has not been riffed by MST3K, I don't know.
Between that and We're Back, though, like, I don't know which one we need to do.
We're Back.
We're Back is really short.
And all the dinosaurs wear clothes, like the show Dinosaurs.
Obviously.
Yes.
Okay, I found it. I found a beautiful image. Everyone gaze upon this magical majesty.
I've seen the film. I don't know if I can waste another hour and a half of my life watching it again.
God, look at that.
I feel like you wasted more than that doing absolutely nothing.
And Whoopi Goldberg sucking it in a skin-tight suit.
Oh my god.
I can't tell if the look on her face...
Oh. I've seen part of this!
I remember that dinosaur now. That's literally all I remember.
What kind of labyrinth?
But the same technology for the dinosaur suits from that show was used. I guess they made dinosaurs. This came out about the same time.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know what, we could make a full-length feature.
You're talking Dinosaurs the show, not Dinosaurs the movie, right?
Dinosaurs the show.
Because Dinosaurs the movie was also atrocious.
God, look at that.
Jason,
are they puppets?
Noah Earth has suggested that we do a drinking game with this movie. Well, he says it's worth watching if you're doing a drinking game.
Okay, we're gonna have to.
I'm just gonna.
He also pointed out that that was Whoopi Gold. The face that Whoopi had in that image was watching her
After
movie
Dark.
career
Here we come.
go by.
No, seriously.
Oh man, but this is not a high point of dinosaur.
Oh, definitely not.
Even when I saw this like at a young age, I was like, I don't want to watch that. And I was a kid. I'm like, I don't need to watch this movie.
Is it an animatronic
animatronic
puppet? Is it a puppet? No, I know.
It's a person inside operating it like a puppet. Yeah.
So it's a puppet. Okay.
Yeah.
Puppet.
Or
with the weird blinking eyes that just blink for no reason while they're
so
talking.
creepy.
They had like really complicated. They started getting complicated.
I'm gonna play a trailer for us once the show.
After Jurassic Park, because Jurassic Park, it was like nothing anyone had ever seen. They had these amazing, beautiful puppets.
Like 5-person puppets.
And then everyone was like, we can do that, but for $10. And we got all these really creepy...
Meanwhile, Japan's like, we're going to go around this and make giant robots. And they did exactly that, incidentally. They're amazing.
Jurassic Park changed everything.
And then Godzilla took us back a little while, and then Jurassic Park pushed it forward again.
So we moved past possibly the best of dinosaurs to the absolute...
No. I have the best.
She has the best.
But you know what? It did inspire...
Okay.
Sorry. It was Petrie from Land Before Time. Just had to throw that out there.
Petrie was adorable.
He was like, did you fly? And he's like, no, I failed.
Oh, he's
I saw it. Maybe you're too old when you saw it.
Yeah.
No, like, did you see it?
Speaking of dinosaurs,
I didn't know. Like, I I saw it when I was really young, and sound cues usually set me off, but I didn't find him creepy.
The two cutest dinosaurs are on the screen now.
And he didn't get murdered.
What was your favorite dinosaur, Jason?
My favorite type of dinosaur?
Sure.
Now we had to recognize this. It could be fictional or whatever.
Yeah.
My favorite dinosaur of any franchise, of course, is Grimlock from Transformers, because he was a robotic alien dinosaur that breathes fire. Is that him? Yeah, this is.
Oh, he's cool.
This is a Grimlock.
That looks like.
It's not the classic looking Grimlock. That's more this guy over here.
That looks like something that would get set on fire at an amusement park.
Yeah.
Not permanently.
Not like accidentally. You saw the footage of what's her face from Sleeping Beauty. She's supposed to breathe fire, and instead the entire head and neck caught on fire. Yeah. That looks like something that would happen
That
too.
looks literally a little bit like something I saw in Japan, where they made a giant robot that breathed fire. Yeah. And it was really cool.
It probably was the same thing. But yeah, my favorite from any franchise, I've always liked the Dinobots as a kid. When I came on Transformers, it was great.
So not Rex from Toy Story?
No.
Who was your favorite, Cass?
Rex from Toy Story.
Yeah.
Really?
He's so cute.
We weren't super into dinosaurs, so
I
a
love
lot of
watching
ones
them
that we
play video
liked.
games.
Yeah.
He's like, oh!
Because he has to step on the... That's an NES controller, isn't it? Or an SNES. Yeah.
Totally an SNES.
Because that was totally the console at the time. Yeah.
Like,
he was so bad. He was so bad at video games. Just
he
like
was
Bryce.
so cute,
I
though.
hated that his eyes were like that, though. Instead of like
they
T-Rex,
had a wonky eye?
It's like a T-Rex
they're
has
on the
eyes on the side. Yeah. His eyes are like right up front. He had like that ridge. Like the picture that she did.
He's a toy. What do you want?
He's a toy for children.
He didn't even have any feathers. Like, it's not a real dinosaur.
So what's your favorite dinosaur?
Petrie. Bryce?
Pretty similar. Oh, I was just kidding.
Yeah.
Let's see. Well, I mentioned pterodactyl earlier, but I guess, that would be it.
Is it specifically the pterodactyl that rips apart Katie McGrath in Jurassic World?
Wow.
I'll go with that.
That was a disturbing scene.
I really like the ones from Jurassic Park 3 as well.
Jeff the dinosaur.
The dinosaur.
He literally pulled her. Oh, yeah.
That poor girl. So the dinosaurs were CGI, obviously, but they really did dunk her like 4 times in the water. I felt so bad for her.
They had like a big rig set up.
It was the whole day for her, was just getting dunked in the water over and over.
Joy.
Waterboard.
Well, at least it proves she's not a witch. You know.
She was a witch in Merlin. She played Morgana.
Damn it.
We didn't have time to see whether she sunk or floated. So.
Exactly.
My other favorite dinosaur would be Roseanne. Mention her. She's
just duck the shots fired twice tonight.
There's so many shots fired.
Cora, favorite dinosaur?
It's my least favorite.
Without question, my favorite dinosaur is the Triceratops, which is really funny because that's your favorite dinosaur.
Oh, from the chat, Hail Par, Ankylosaurus,
Ooh,
which is just a walking tank. I like that dinosaur with the big club tail and the spikes along the side.
Yes.
And they have like really short legs, but it looks like you can't knock them over. They're like the mug that you can't knock over.
It was the Eeyore in Land Before Time.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The Zords from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Good choice.
Why do you think a Triceratops was my favorite?
I like that. Somebody agrees with me. Grimlock and the Dinobots were mentioned again.
Yeah.
So, good choices, guys. The claw shoes. Somebody else brought up the claw shoes.
I mean, Patrick Stewart. We're talking about him.
My least,
definitely my favorite dinosaur.
Oh. I'm not so salty tonight, man.
I love Patrick Stewart.
I feel like we're going to get murdered by Bryce on the way home. He's so amazing.
He is.
He's just 1,000 years old.
Him and his BFF.
Oh, they're so cute.
The makeup, they make him up to make him look that way. He's not really old.
Oh, like in
he's vibrant and young.
What is it? The not the Dying Light, the Next Generation episode where he ages.
The Inner Light.
Like the Inner Light, like one of the best episodes of the series.
Yeah. Like a 2-parter, and he has a whole lifetime.
He has. I think it's one. I think it was one-parter.
Just a single episode, but you may be thinking of All Good Things, the series finale, where they all you saw a future 25 years into the future.
Yeah. No, like I remember that one.
Weird.
That's
the Stargate finale as well.
Maybe I just wasn't on Adderall, so it felt like that.
Sounds like new Star Trek.
It was so good though.
It was.
I was on Adderall, sounds like a Star Trek episode.
The Adderall helps me appreciate the episode.
It's good.
I also want to say, you know, I think Cass said earlier that Jurassic Park made everything better or was important.
It changed everything.
Changed everything, sorry. Well, it changed Weird Al's life too because he made a great song called Jurassic Park.
Did you?
Yeah, he did.
Jurassic Park
along with it
is frightening in the dark. Yeah, it's a lot of claymation. It's great if you don't.
What is it to the tune?
If you're not familiar with it.
I forget honestly because sometimes Weird Al songs just make me think they're just.
Is that from Running with Scissors?
No.
It's from Alpalooza.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I happen to have it right there for you. You
can
show it to the
okay.
camera.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I forgot that cover art. Yes. All right, so
I love Weird Al.
We're wrapping up this show. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate it. Make sure while you're over here, like this video and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch. And, of course, give us a like on Facebook.com/SCNS Live or Twitch.com/SCNS Live. We're always putting out great news stories on the site. Keep you updated. When we know it, we make sure that you guys know it as well. If you want to follow our personal pages, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter @JasonTheX. Instagram for pictures of toys and stuff. Twitter for more political stuff. Bryce, where can they find you?
Check me out on Bryce Culver. On Bryce Culver.
At what?
On Bryce Culver. At Bryce Culver on Instagram and Facebook. Please.
We need to do that like all three cameras. Bryce.
Camera 1. You can find me on Instagram @BetterCat or on Twitter @ToyatchBadMoon for video game stuff. It's probably going to get a lot harder to do for a while because no more Overwatch League after the playoffs. And then the World Cup. And then it'll be almost next year.
It's okay. I'll get you.
Trying to post on Instagram now. I proposed, by the way, we end the show with the dinosaur growling. Anyway.
Yep.
Me then. Can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram @Cass_Bradley. That is KAS_Bradley. You can also find me on Twitter for super quick movie reviews @SuperQuickMovie.
You should put a picture when you do that. Just add like the poster in there.
For the movie?
Yeah, for the super quick movie. Just put a picture of the poster.
Just my face every time.
No.
We should make a chart of our numbers, react.
Okay, that's good.
I was just saying an idea. Sorry.
Yeah. That's
Just
something that I should do. I watched Identity again recently, and I'm going to post a review for that tonight.
So much better than it should have been.
So good.
Oh,
you can find me.
Cora, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram @CoraOdono, which is spelled right there. And I post most of my artwork and stuff of that channel. Or you can find me on Twitter @HawksPerch, where I scream into the void continuously about Suikoden and also Breath of the Wild now that I have it. So come find me and be friends with me because I like more Suikoden friends, please.
Do you like more Legend of Zelda friends?
I am always accepting Legend of Zelda friends.
Okay.
Always. Do we have a podcast?
Actually, we do have, if you want an audio version of this show or alternate heads, you can find those on Google Play. Just search for SCNS Live. We post them usually within 48 hours after we get this up. So make sure if you don't have time to watch the show, you can always give us a listen over there. But I think that is the show for us tonight. So for everybody here, as we always say,
Jason Statham's gonna bitch slap the man!